Hey guys, welcome back to Sky Factory. I'm Brim, he's Grum, and this is episode 14. Now, what are we going to do today? Well, first I need to sleep, it looks like, because it's in the middle of the night. I have done some research. Oh, do I see? Come on, hurry up before they wander off of here. It looks like we've actually had a spawn over here in... Oh, it's sheep. You know what? We can always use the wool. Oh, and there's a chicken. Anything else? I don't think so. Now, what was I saying? What are we going to do today? Well, there are a couple of things we would like to get done today. Let's go ahead and stick this into... Oh, that should upsize. Which should get piped back over. Oh, we only have 3. Okay. Well, it's coming along. Still no new legendary bags. So let's take a look at what I've done. I have emptied the spawning passive mob spawn area out here, and I have gone into my single player game, my game that I was playing before I started this Let's Play. Which it's surprising. I had thought I'd made so much progress in that game, and I went back over there, and I don't even have flight over there yet. I don't have. Well, I don't have lots of things. I was really surprised at how little progress I had made over there, because my mind said I had made a lot of progress. But there are a couple things we want to get done. In that game, I actually have iron spikes setting in my mob trap. And those iron spikes are indeed generating the rare loot, and as well as the experience. So I don't know if that is just a change for this mod. I don't know if that is just the fact that the wiki's wrong. I don't know. But what I do know is that in the world that I have that I can test in, those things are happening. So what I'd like to do I have some torches? I do have some torches. I'd like to go up and shut our mob spawner down. Oh, got to deal with the fans, which work oh so well. And I would like to get those changed out today. So let's get our F7 turned on so we can see where things are. There we go. Looks like I can get one in about 3/4 of the way up, and that pretty well solves the problem here. Okay, so now let's go downstairs and tear out... Ooh, I thought I'd missed there for a second. Let's tear out these wooden spikes and go make ourselves some iron spikes and get them in here. Now, the reason I emptied that is I would like to see... we've had the same cows in for, I don't know, a couple of episodes now. What do we have here? I thought I pulled that cow out. That cow's no longer in here. Why do I have... Well, we can fix this easy enough. Pull all those down. Toss that back in there. Put this back in here. There we go. Things are flowing again now, and we want this here. Now, we do need to get an expanded area for our fluid cows. Obviously, we've got, like, well, more than an entire chest full of fluid cows at this point that we really need to have into an area. And really, instead of piping this into barrels, we probably need to be going directly into our ME system, but that's going to require setting up some fluid storage. Storage, no. Fluid drives, no. Fluid, where are they? They're right down here. Fluid storage. Portable fluid storage. I don't... Oh, here they go. Here them. 256K, 64K fluid storage. So I should have come up with storage. Oh, there they are. Maybe I mistyped it the first time. Anyway, would mean creating a new drive bay and putting some fluid storage in there, and then we can pipe fluids directly, and we will absolutely be doing that. We're just not there yet. Okay, we need 1, 2, 3, we need 9 iron spikes. So let's see if we can get that done real quick. So if we look at iron spikes, so 3 gets us 4, so we need 3 recipes, so we need 9 iron swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and dump these 3 in as well. What else did we need? Is that it? And then we need 1, 2, and 3. Let's go put those in place and just make sure we'll turn the dark room back to dark, and then we'll stand back and watch it a little bit and make sure that we still see. Oh, nope, you missed. Oh, nope, quit. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock this one out. I should have known better. Put that one in over there first, and then put this one in. Yeah, that makes a lot better sense, doesn't it? Now, we can put this back in here, and we need our half slab back in there, and then we'll fly up and knock the torches out. It would be really nice... it'd be really nice if we could avoid having to go to diamond spikes. We can make magical wood, but we have a lot better uses for magical wood than just becoming the base for the diamond spikes, so... Alright, let's get out of here, put those 2 back in. Everything inside should now be dark. Let's fly back over here and watch, and now things should actually be dying. And the biggest reason I needed to get that automated is Ender Pearl. There are none. We have 0 Ender Pearls in the system. Now, I could be taking, we've got a full tank of Resonant Ender sitting right there. We could turn all those back into Emerald, or into Ender Pearls with a Gemcast. I'm aware that we could do that, but honestly, particularly now that we have discovered that we have such nice uses for some of these things, it would be nice. You know, here's what we need to do too. Here's so we need to put all those levels in our inventory so that we can see whether or not XP is being generated. Why do I see no We really should have spawns up there already. I'm not on peaceful or something silly, am I? No, I am on easy, though. Why am I on easy? Oh, there goes zombie right now. Alright, I saw he definitely hit the bottom and he died. There goes another one hitting the bottom and died. It's a creeper. And there's a headcrumb mob. So we should now see XP in here. And, ooh, we do not see XP. And none waiting to go over. Well, fiddle faddle. Did we get... We need to see if we're getting... let's go ahead and put our levels back in there just so that they're stored. Do we need any of this stuff? Well, we want our... there's none of this that we really need. Let's go ahead and delete it all. And then just see... Oh, was that one of our spikes? We just deleted one of our iron spikes. And then go away and let it kill some more. And see... Oh, we didn't grab the XP back out. But we want to see if we're generating any of the rare mob drops. So we'll just let that run for a few minutes, and we'll start working on the other thing, which we absolutely want to get done today. Take a look at our board. Automate the dark room, so we've just done that. We still need some more blazes. We've got the treehouse, nether, tesseracts, and big reactor. I really want to get the big reactor started today, but that's going to mean getting tesseracts up and running. So let's take a look at the tesseract recipe. There we go, tesseract. Alright, so that requires a frame. This is the reason we've got all the resin ender. Set up the separate tank over there for it. What is this? Hardened. Can we use fused? Hardened or fused quartz? Okay, we've got... So actually we can probably... We don't have quite enough Enderium. But we can solve that, because I bet this is Enderium right here. Enderium. And we don't currently have a tank over here. So let's slap that down. We need a bucket. I've lost a bucket somewhere again. So the 11 buckets I've started off with, I'm now down to... I only have one bucket in the me system, so it's not like I've been tossing them in there. But I'm down to the one bucket. That's it. That's all the buckets I have. I have no earthly idea what has happened to all my buckets, but I guess some of them have probably been turned into... Oh, you know what? I bet some of them have been turned into transfer nodes for fluids. That's probably where part of them have gone. Alright, so this is molten Enderium, which we need to add some more of over here. Since we don't need a whole lot, we'll just, do we have enough for a full block? Yes, well, I put more than enough in there for a full block, so yes, we absolutely have at least one full block worth in there. While that's pouring, let's go ahead and grab, a block is, 1296, yeah, it says right there, 1296 of 1296, so, that'll get us 9 ingots, which will certainly move the effort forward here. We'll go ahead and reduce those back down to ingots. We don't have enough fused quartz either, We do have some quartz, but not a lot. That's going to be a bit problematic. Let's get these put in there and drop these in. What was our other option? Oops. Tesseracts. Hardened glass, which is going to be hardened aluminum, and fused quartz. Hardened aluminum, hardened, fused quartz. So hardened glass, we can actually make in the induction smelter. Lead and obsidian. That looks like 2 obsidian and 1 lead. No, that's going to be... Well, let's just grab an obsidian out and find out. Obsidian? We have some. We don't have huge stocks of obsidian. And lead. Is that lead? We've got 2 different leads. Let's reduce them to a single type of lead. Thank you very much. Alright, so if we put 1 in, how much? We get 4. So it's 1 and... hardened glass. So it's 4 and 1. So it's 1 and 1, essentially. So if we do 1 and 1, we should get 1 hardened glass. Or whatever the recipe was. 2 hardened glass. Okay. So that will work. In that case, let's do this. And we'll dump those in there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Dump those in there and let that get cooking up. We'll put this in the bottom. And we only have enough to make 1, because then we're going to run out of glass. We'll go ahead and cram it in over here and let it fill up. Oh my goodness, that is slow. We probably need to see what it's going to take to upgrade. I assume this is a basic. It is a basic. We're going to need to see what it'll take to upgrade that machine. Fluid transposer. Oh, does it have? Yeah, it does. It can go all the way up to resonant, which is going to be an Enderium and silver. For the to reinforced, we need hardened glass and a signalum, and then Invar and electrum. So that's really not that big a deal. We will look at doing that immediately as we get off stream today, or off recording today. Tesseract, Now we should be able to complete that one. And what is that, bronze? We're going to need more bronze. We're not making bronze currently, so bronze is going to become an issue. Okay, so we have one shiny new Tesseract. Yay! And we're going to put it on 404, not found, for our main base power. And obviously we don't have any main base power right now, but this is where we will do that from. Alright, so now that we can distribute power, and we should have enough glass here to make a second one, right? Yes. Let's go ahead and do that, because we obviously Tesseracts. One Tesseract accomplishes nothing, so go ahead and get a second one made and get him filling up. Alright, do we have any new cows out there? We've got something, but it looks like sheep or pigs? Sheep and pigs. This does us no good. There are a couple of cows in here. It's a regular cow, sheep, piggy. That is a regular cow. What is this one? Vishroom soup. Hey! I know we've got a Vishroom soup, should we decide we need that. Elementium we've got. I've seen that one. And what are these two over here? Nutrient distillation we have. Molten dark steel, obviously we have. So we just cleaned it out. Okay, well, you know, sometimes that's the case. There are a few that we do not yet have, and one really important one that we don't have yet, which is molten plutonium. I would like to have the plutonium one. That would save us some work in trying to get yellorium for our reactor. What are we up to? That's epics. Epics. We've got 3 epics. So we're still a bit of a ways away from having a another legendary Tesseracts. We'll finish this one off. And boom, we have a second Tesseract. Okay, good deal. Now, to make a reactor, these won't stack either because they're configurable. Let's go out here, let's fly here real quick and see if we're going to have to go to diamond. Something is dying in there right now. Oh, a spider. So I see armor. The Witch's Hand, I think, is a rare drop. And XP, well, I can't tell because of all the levels that were already in there. Here, we're just going to take the chance that we inadvertently lose. Actually, we don't have to. We can come up here and build another obelisk. What does it take to build an experience obelisk? It must be actually spelled out. Let's just do this. Obelisk. We want this one. Machine frame, which is not a big deal, except that we don't have the capacitor, but that is also not a big deal. So we'll build a quick machine frame and toss it in. Some signalum, which I actually think we have. Ooh, what was that in the middle? Energetic alloy, which is redstone, gold, and glowstone. So redstone. Now we're actually getting fairly short on gold, as I recall. So it might be time. Our gold. Yeah, we got 22 gold ingots left. Excuse me. We got 22 gold ingots left, and that's it. So, and then I believe we need a gold glowstone. Glowstone. Still fighting a bit of a head cold, and it's really kind of driving me crazy. All right, toss those in there and let those get started. I'm a little leery about going wandering off into the world, doing things that could get me killed, with every bit of XP that we've got on me. So I could dump it into a drum, but we're 90% of the way to another obelisk. So let's just do that. Not get distracted. I will not get distracted. I will not get distracted. Everybody's sitting out there going, yeah, right. Obelisk. Let's see if we now have enough solarium in there. We do. So we've got a secondary experience obelisk. We can toss it right up here and just dump all of our levels in there. Now, at this point, let's go see if there are any levels out here. I do not see any XP balls floating around, so that may be... Nope, there's nothing out here. So we're going to have to upgrade those to diamond at some point. Not really what I wanted to do. Magical crops. So let's take a look. Just pop up there and see what we've done since we were last together. We have expanded our number of diamond crops. These are all diamond at this point, just because they take so long to grow. And if we're going to build significant numbers of growth pulsars, each one of those requires a diamond. So we're funding our diamond habit with the diamond crop itself. Okay, big reactor. Actually, let me make a cut right here. There's an item I want to find and see if it's in this pack. And I don't remember its name. I do have it in a list of stuff that I've got somewhere. So let me see if I can find that list, and then I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back, and I could not find my notes. Was it a red alloy? No, because the only red alloy thing is the cable. All right, so that's from Red Logic. Let's see if it's part of Red Logic. I have a feeling the moment I see it, I'm going to recognize it and go, "Oh yeah, I'm being an idiot." No. Oh, this is frustrating. Freestanding wire. Let's take a look at red. It was red something. I'm about 90% sure. Red. Red logic, maybe? Red logic. Well, I think it's what I was just looking at. Red. Oh, it was a programmable thing. Programmable. Ha 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 ha. There it is. Red net. Dun dun dun. Red net. See, I knew it was red something. Red something. The red net controller. Let's see if we can build one of those as well. So, let's see. To build a reactor, a big reactor, we're going to need. Let's do big reactor. We're going to need some housing. All right. So let's see. If we're going to do here, let's grab some planks real quick. Planks. Oh, we don't have any planks. Wow. Wood that we can turn into planks real quick. Hello. All right, so we would like to have, where can we build just temporarily? Stick it up here. All right, so we'd like to, actually this may be exactly the right size. So we'd like to have dead center, one control rod, and then a control rod here, 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 and here. And then you have to have a coolant around them, like this. So what we're really looking for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so, and then we have to make that tall. So we're looking for, oops, did I get that one out too far? I did. We're looking for this sort of shape. That'll give us 5 rods. Yeah. Okay, so. All right. We're moving forward then. Let's tear that down real quick and go look at the pieces we actually need. So we're going to need a, do we have, I've been doing some graphite. Probably not enough graphite. Do I have charcoal? Charcoal, I have some, but not a lot. We might need to make some more here in a moment. There we go. There's a couple more stacks. All right, so for big reactor, we're going to have casing. We're going to have a couple of access ports. We're going to have, let's just start down through here. We need yellow fuel rods, which are going to be, yeah, we should have all of that. So we need, if we could do 7 tall, then we're going to need 35 of these. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could do 2 tall. Let's do 3 tall right off the bat. Yeah. Let's try that. Okay. We didn't need a, oops, no. We didn't actually drill down into anything. So we need a reactor control port. We should have that. No, we need the reactor casing first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dump those in there. Reactor control port. We also need 1 fuel rod for each. This is the top one. 1, 2, 3. What do we run out of casings? Make some more casing. Here, can we make a stack? Yeah, that'd be nice. All right. What we're making reactor control ports. 4 and 5. Those go on top of the fuel rods. Let's see. We also need a power tap to get power out. Yep, gotta have at least one of those. We need reactor power tap. Reactor access port, we need a couple of these, one for input, one for export. Coolant port, red net port. If it is a programmable red net port, then I'm guessing we need one of these. We're going to have to make red net cable. Oops, where'd that thing go? Red net port requires red net cable. That should be easy enough. And then we can do the red net port. There we go. Let's see. Computer port. We're not going to do computer craft to control this right now. Reactor glass. Yeah, let's do... Can we do as much of a stack as we can? We'll have to build some more reactor casing, or we may get into trouble. We're actually able to build a full additional stack. Turbine, reactor redstone. No. Okay, so this is all turbine stuff. Okay, excellent. That might be enough stuff in our inventory to get us started. All right, so we need a place to put. We're gonna need a place to put this bad boy. Now we do know. Let's go ahead and grab our builder's wand as well, because we know that we're going to build this bad boy out. We do know that the maximum size one is 32 by 32 by 48 tall. So let's grab a bunch of bricks. And do we have? Did I already pull out? I pulled out our angel block already. Where do we want to put this? Do we want to put it down low? Where are we at? Where's the bottom of our base at? We're setting at Y65, so we'd basically have to go all the way to bedrock level in order to be able to build up tall enough under here. So I say we go out some, although we'll have to chunk load it. You know what? We can always build another one later. So let's not worry about it at this particular moment. Let's get these down. We're going to do 7, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll do a 2 wide skirt around it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. So that should be more than big enough to plop this bad boy down on. So we want to start with our reactor. I can already tell you we don't have enough casing. So 1, 2, go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something doesn't feel right about that. And I don't know why. Alright, let's go ahead and get our control rods down. We need a control rod in the center, and then at the 4 corners for that bad boy. And we said we were going to go up 3, so there's one in the wrong spot. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then those need to have the control rods, or the reactor control, fuel rod control, blah, blah, blah. These things need to be on top, just like that. Alright, now, we're pretty free of everything around us, so let's drop down. Alright, this is the redneck control port, so we'll put it here. What do we have here? Our controller itself, we'll put that here, and then this is, we can go here and here for those, and this one will change to export. Alright, and then what do I have left? Our power tap. Yes, we absolutely have to have a power tap. We'll put it in over here. And is that all the pieces? Controller, import output, the rednet port, and a power tap. I think that's everything. Alright, well, let's, you know what we can do? We can just go ahead and build it up without any coolant in it. It should be fine initially. And then we will know pretty quickly whether or not we've got the right thing. Let me just go ahead and build up the rest of these walls. I'm obviously going to go build some more reactor casing, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and I've got, I turned what reactor casing we had left into glass so that we can have glass all along the outside, and I made another stack. I thought I saw something odd in there. So if I've done all this right, when we finish this, it should become a big multi-block structure. Uh-oh, I didn't see anything update. That's not good. Did it update? Oh yeah, it updated. Okay, so if I take out one of these pieces of glasses, you'll notice that all of this changes, but if we put it back, this will become a corner and these will become beams. There we go, so it did update. Yay, we did not mess it up. Woohoo! Okay, so, we want to go ahead, and do we have any, I hope we have some Yellorium left to actually fuel the thing. Yellorium. Help if I spell it right. We do have, some, but not much. Do I hear something coming up behind me? Thought I heard a zombie growl. Sorry. Yellorium. We've got some Yellorium dust, so let's go ahead and get that cooked up. Matter of fact, we've got quite a bit of it. And we've got some Yellorium essence. So go ahead and turn that into Yellorium blocks. And get those done like that. Pop this stuff in. This is, I really need to automate this flower. Or this furnace, rather. Although it looks like a flower. I call it a flower because it looks like a flower. If you look like a flower, you act like a flower, you talk like a flower, you get called a flower. Alright, just about done with this. And that should give us plenty of fuel to get started. Alright, very good. And then we can do these as well. It'll be so nice to be able to get this thing up and running. Now, obviously, it is about as inefficient as it can be. The only way it would be more inefficient is if I took out the additional control rods. There's only one control rod in it. But with no coolant whatsoever in it, this is going to be horribly, horribly inefficient. Alright, so this should fuel all the fuel rods. And we should now be able to turn it on. So let's start the bad boy up. We are producing. Yeah, it's so hot though, 2200. What we're really looking for is this as close to 1000 C as we can get, but below 1000. So we're looking for as close to 1000 as we can get, basically. But it is charging up. We are making, we are absolutely making power here, and we're running at 2.74. We've already got 960 over there, so we're basically at almost 4K that we can get. So now that we know this is working, let's go ahead and shut her down. We will deactivate the reactor. Let's go ahead and throw this bad boy on. This is our power tap right here. That is the one we did not configure, so we will configure it. Oh, did I not save the other one? 404 not found. That becomes main base power. Alright, and we want to add that, and in this case it's going to be, this is items. We want to block items, we want to block fluids, and we want to send energy. So there we go. This will be sending out energy to every place we have a reactor, or we have a tesseract and we need power. Now, this is what we will use to control, because I just had to turn the reactor off, and I turned the reactor off because the battery was getting full and we're not using any of the power. There is a better way to control it, and that is going to be, let's get rid of all this stuff for now. Not like we won't need it eventually, but we don't need it right now. We're going to do that with a RedNet, programmable RedNet controller. Let's see, programmable RedNet controller housing we have to make. Can we make all this? We've got that in, and then we make the. That's the same recipe. We want the actual. That's the housing. We want the controller itself. All right. Yep, that's the one I remember. All right, so what we want to do on this RedNet controller port down here, we have options that we can configure if we look at it. So we're going to stick, is this that's casing temperature. We want the battery power. Here's the energy amount that we're outputting. That's what's going into the battery. We're just going to stick that on white, and we will stick the control rods on orange, I guess, just because it happens to be right beside it. We do want to control all control rods, and we're going to commit that, so it's white and red. And then we're going to put our controller on here, and we're going to do max to input, and we're going to change this to, this will be input back. There we go. And what we want to read is the white channel, because that's where we put the percentage of power that's currently in the reactor. And then we want to do back again. Output, oh, there was the orange. Orange. So we're going to read in the amount of energy that's currently in the battery, and then turn right around and hand that same percentage back to the orange channel. Let's see. Do I hit reinitialize and confirm? There we go. Now what should happen, except that we can't see it, is so the reactor is passing out how much it has in its stored battery, and then this is saying, hey, I want that same percentage passed back in on the orange channel, and we set that orange channel to be what the reactor control rods were set to, and you'll see that they've gone to 22% because that's how much power was in there. So if we turn this on now, as this goes up, we should see the control rod insertion getting higher and higher and higher. So what will happen is if the battery ever gets full down here, it will stop using fuel because it will push the fuel rods all the way into the bottom. So this controls the efficiency and how much fuel we're burning up just sitting here and not actually using any of our power anyway. So this is a highly efficient way because it's completely, you don't have to do any, you ain't got to learn any computer craft, you don't have to do any of that sort of thing. All you have to do is tell it, hey, here are the things I want to read. Here are the things that I want to hand back, and by the way, handle it. So you read out a percentage, you hand back in a percentage, and when you hand that percentage back in, that orange channel, well, we can actually pull this off here and look at it. The orange channel, what you've done with the orange channel back here is said, hey, on the orange channel, whatever percentage comes in, set the control rods to that percentage. So we're reading out 50%, battery filled up, great, set the control rods to 50%. So what we get is this curve where as we store more power in the battery, we're going to produce less and less because we push the control rods in. So let me reset that again. Oh, actually, it stayed initialized. I'm going to go reinitialize and confirm it just so. And we should see that we're at like 60% now on our battery storage, and we should be approaching 60% on our control rod insertion. So this is the best way I know to automate the handling of the fuel efficiency. Now, obviously, we need to get coolant in here so that this becomes dramatically more efficient. I think we can put resonant ender because resonant ender will flow down. We've got gelid cryothium cows somewhere over here, and I could certainly find him and get him added to our harvesting over here so that we're getting a barrel full of gelid cryothium, and then we could put gelid cryothium in there. I have looked, the quest book wants us to put blocks of diamond in. To me, it doesn't. I mean, you assume that because the quest book wants you to use diamonds, that diamonds are the best coolant. In looking at the wiki, that does not appear to be true. So maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm not reading the wiki right. The wiki right. But we're going to put gelid cryothium at some point. I guess we'll have to build a big one and stick tons and tons of diamond in there. But this one will get us started, and we will change it out to get some coolant in there here very shortly. So speaking of our quest book, let's take a look at it and then see what we can. If there's anything else we can check off. Diamond Dollar, we've gotten one in to kill the Ender Dragon. Flowers, hatch the dragon. Automate crop harvesting has to be in our immediate future. Probably next episode we're going to try to get that done. Create a passively cooled reactor. Ours is, technically it is passively cooled by air right now, even though we haven't put any coolant in. Create a maximum size reactor. Produce 1,000 RF a tick. We are definitely there at this point. Create a turbine. No, no, and no. And then we're headed into the various magical sorts of mods. So I doubt that we've done any of this. Draconic. Oh, you know what? No, not Draconic. Draconic. We have. It doesn't want the. We built the. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. We made ourselves the tablet, but that's really all we've done here. I do want to put the Ender Dragon Can we do both automated farming and Ender Dragon in one episode? Probably not unless we do an hour-long episode. So we'll probably try to do automated farming next episode and then Ender Dragon the episode after that, because in order to get into Draconic Evolution, we have got to have access to plenty of Draconium. The really only good place to make that happen is in the end. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it an episode here. We've got some significant things done. I am going to go ahead and start cooling that reactor immediately after this, and I'm probably going to go ahead and tear down a bunch of this. We probably just don't need this setup anymore. And we certainly don't need it right here anymore. We can pipe our power in as easily as, if we take this out, we can pipe our power in as easily as dropping this Tesseract. Now you'll notice that I put the Tesseract directly onto that port. We're going to do this as blocked, and receiving. So this is now receiving power directly from, it's probably full, yeah. It's now receiving power directly from our reactor rather than, well, obviously it's not getting power from the magmatics because we just pulled those out. So, yay, we have officially switched our base power from one source to the other. All right, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm thoroughly enjoying our time together. I hope you're having a good time. If so, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. I try not to beg for that real often, but it certainly helps when people provide positive feedback. It lets me know that you're happy with the content, or provide negative provide negative feedback if you're not happy with the content, or if you want longer. The reason we got longer episodes is because in a lot of the other series, people were asking for longer episodes, so we're doing slightly longer episodes these days. So, guys, I do appreciate it. I appreciate you. I know your time is valuable, and you hanging out with me for any length of time is time you could have been doing something else, but you chose not to. You chose to spend it here, and I appreciate that very, very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.